Welcome to my summer camp. What's up guys, I'm Michael Ridge, and if you don't already know, I've been living and traveling nomadic on horseback for 13 consecutive years, and if you've been following along, then you know this year is a little different. Probably why I haven't been posting so much, even though my account has grown. It's monetized now. That's been a huge thing, but I haven't really been feeling like making much videos. 'Cause normally I'd be out in the middle of nowhere, just me and my ponies, traveling with a pack string. Who knows where? I plan to ride up north and cut east into Montana this year, and that's not happening. And that's because this year the feds decided to charge me with destruction of government property. And if you don't know, it's because last November I went out to Hell's Canyon and I carved giant letters in the hillside that said, "Eat me." And I planted it with wild foods. Now, why would I do that? Well, that's because most people don't know anything about the land that we're living in. And traditional food systems is my personal expertise. I'm really passionate about it. I gather seeds everywhere I go out west, and I plant food, medicine, and materials habitually just to nurture the habitat that maintains life itself. Contributing to the function of the web of life is pretty much all I'm interested in. And I've been doing it for a long time from the back of a horse, and I'm going to continue to do it. This isn't going to stop me, but it has prevented me from being able to saddle up and just ride off into the mountains. And so this year I'm camping here on private property. This is a big old ranch in the corner of northeastern Oregon where me and my horses can be, and I can have friends come in and out and visit. We can go out to the mountains in all directions, checking on these foods, medicines, materials, gathering seeds, fruit, whatever there is to do, we're doing it. And my next court date is coming up on July 6th. And so we're going to find out what happens from there. My original court date was on May 4th, and it was a pretty uneventful day. Feds were offering an infraction and just pay a fine. And obviously I don't want to do that. Why? Because I'm not a criminal. I have no criminal history. And all these years of doing what I'm doing, it's never been a problem, never been jailed, never been fined, incarcerated, nothing. And I'd like to keep it that way. So I'm going to fight for my own name in that regards, because the last thing I want to do is continue to travel nomadic on horseback, carrying the connotation of a conviction. I might be eccentric in my restorative efforts, but I think it's pretty poetic to carve giant letters that says "Eat me" and planting it with wild food. And it's more of a way to draw attention to these things, because the traditional food systems that are within the native habitat give you everything you need to exist within that habitat. And it's an education that's largely absent from institutions. You can't go to school to learn these things. I learned from traditional teachers, wisdom keepers and bundle keepers. And so it's not just some random act that I'm doing. It's to draw attention to these things that simultaneously nurture human health and habitat health. It's brilliant. And you know what? Whenever you're planting seeds, you got to disturb the soil to get those seeds in the ground. So let's look at this situation as disturbing the soil to get some seeds in the ground. On the micro level and the macro level, that's what it is. It is, however, inconvenient on the nervous system, and I'd rather be in the middle of nowhere. The world needs me in the middle of nowhere, trust me guys. Regardless, I want to make this video to show you guys where we're camped at and the beauty of it all, and show you around, show you the ponies, and check it out. You might notice there's 2 beds right there and a beautiful mosquito net, because man, the flies and the mosquitoes, they're pretty bad out here when the sun is shining. It gets way worse. But that's our little bugless palace right there, and it's absolutely wonderful. And shout out to Badger Bed for hooking it up with the most amazing bed I've ever owned.
I have dirt all over.
This is Jade's setup. She's camping with me right now. Oreo, there she is.
Cleaning up a little bit. Don't mind this.
She's just messy by nature. She's getting used to camping.
No, I'm driving his ass all around, and that's why we have to move in and out.
Get a shot of the backside. You got lots of things. You can make some hats. You can make some soap.
Yep. I'm gonna make soap first. That actually is more of a necessity than a hat. I have a hat soap here. A sewing machine.
Those are blanks right there, huh? Is that how they come?
Yeah. Then you have a crown, so you have to stretch it and form it. These aren't beaver felt. These are rabbit.
Oh, rabbit. As I'm pretty excited because this year we're going to be doing a collaboration where she's going to be teaching me how to shape and make my own hat. And I'm going to do some custom beadwork just like I do on here, but it's going to be a different style. And I'm going to teach her how to tan hides and make some clothes. I think she wants to make a skirt. We'll see what else she can whip up. And as usual, everything is charged with solar around here. All the lighting and battery banks and Starlink, and we got it made for the off-grid style. And around our little area, we have to have an electric fence because the lawnmowers, this is a lawnmower ranch right here. They will just come in and rub their butts on your shelter, and we don't want any of that. So the dogs stay here pretty much full time, chasing the cows off, and then extra buffer, we got the electric fence to keep them out. And right here's my newest camp edition. We got a Camp Lux portable shower, which allows us to take nice hot showers right here, so I don't have to beg a shower. You know, so many people tell me all the time they couldn't live this way because they love their showers too much, and I always reassure them that I love their showers too. Can I come over? Now I don't have to beg and borrow my own shower. And it sure is beautiful here. It's been raining the past few days, and today is still a little overcast, but it has been raining, so we're grateful for that. Do you guys remember my dog Morning? There she is. She's a beautiful Morning, and she's got rubbable buttons that I love, and she's always giving me the butt. My camp isn't much different from when I'm traveling on the horses, although I can have a lot more things now that I'm not traveling on the horses. Right now, I got 3 canvas tarps here, 2 for the overhead, which keeps it nice and dry inside. I got 1 under the beds, and then I lay the beds on top of my horse's saddle pads, which keeps it nice and insulated. Normally I don't carry a water jug, so I'm not filtering water every day. That's a real blessing right there. Diversity of food while camping is something that you don't really get to do when you're traveling on the horses. You're stuck to a dry pantry, and so in the cooler we got meat and vegetables and all kinds of lovely treats that I don't normally carry. To have lots of eggs and canned goods in glass jars. I never pack glass on the horses. Right next to camp is this fence line right here where the ponies are pastured. They got about 30 acres inside of this pasture, so I put some salt right here, and they come up and visit at least a couple times a day, and when they do, they get some treats and some love. And right now they're probably down by the pond or something. We'll go find them. This is the spring where the horses come down to get a drink of water, and you can tell it's a spring because it's got all these cattails and tules and aquatic life growing in it. It's a beautiful spot. Horses aren't exactly right here, so let's go find them. As you can see, this is a big open space. There's plenty enough grass and water for me and the horses for a good long time. There's my ponies right there hiding in the fruit trees. This is their favorite spot to be. Hi, sweet girls. And it's been raining every day, so it's nice to come and clean out their hooves for them. Let's see. Let me see that footsie, Tootsie. With it raining, the clay gets stuck in their hooves, compacts in there, and it gets pretty uncomfortable for them. So it's kind of a daily routine to come and say hi and clean out their hooves for them. And they always appreciate the care and attention. And Cinda High right here, her name is a Shoshone word that means blessed, and that she is. And she's the sister to my other pony over here, Takawakusan. And Takawakusan is the Sahampton word that means dark bay horse. I've had both of these ponies since they were just 3 months old, rounded off of the Umatilla Indian Reservation. They're not just any res ponies though, they're Cayuse ponies. They're a special breed of horse and especially sturdy in these steep canyon lands, because where we are in this country, some good stout short horses are better than most horses I've had the fortune of working with. And then my tiny Molly Mule pea shooter right here. I've had her since she was just 5 years old, a whole year before I ever even got my mares over there. She used to be the one teaching them and picking on them, and now they're picking on her constantly. And pea shooter's around 19 years old now, so she's fully mature. She's a grown girl, and she's so precious. She's also very tiny. She's 11 hands high and comes right up to my hip, and she is just so easy to pack, and we love her for that, don't we, pea shooter? And I'm sure they're wondering just as hard as I am concerned about why we're not going places and doing things. They don't know. And I don't know how to tell them, but I'm sure they do appreciate the break. They have gone so many years traveling this country. They're remarkable horses. We travel in the mountain trails, steep canyon lands, and ride along semi-trucks. Jade, which one's your favorite?
All of them, but I think Pea Shooter is my favorite. She's stubborn.
You actually chose a favorite?
Yeah, she's stubborn and sweet all in one. She's like me, a Sour Patch Kid.
Sorry, Talker Walker.
I said they're all my favorite, but Pea Shooter and I connect.
My camp is on the other side of the road, and it's about 300 acres of the ranch over there. And on this side is where the landowner's property and where their house is. They got a barn, and you can see he drives fuel trucks for a living to all these little small towns all around. And their house is up there on the hill. As I've stated in previous videos, when I camp somewhere for the winter or the summer, there's no rental agreement and there's no work exchange. Instead, I like to reciprocate other ways. And I don't know if you guys remember, but earlier this spring, Jagged Mountain Knives and I teamed up together to make this custom-made glow-in-the-dark nomad knife. It's a beautiful knife, and right now, they're about ready to release a new exclusive knife celebrating America's birthday. And guess what? I just don't need 2 knives, so we're gonna give it to the landowner. So every time somebody purchases a knife from Jagged Mountain Knives, they get a card saying meet the maker. They have a few different people making knives, and this guy's Adam Rice. That's who made that. You can see there's his maker mark right there on the butt of the knife. And every one of these knives coming out of this set in anniversary of America's birthday gets also a custom date stamp. So they only made 250 knives, and each date represents each one of those 250 years of America's birthday. And then it's got these red, white, and blue spacers on it, and I already got one. And so you get this one.
Awesome.
They wanted to send this to me to help them advertise for it, and they released July 1st at 5 p.m. And I appreciate it, but we're gonna give it to Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's a heck of a gift. It's exciting.
I already got mine, you know, the Glow Mad. It's a beautiful one. I prefer this one.
Crazy how excited I've been for this thing. And then to get it as a gift, even cooler.
I know, they're expensive. They're pretty spendy.
Yeah.
I wanted you to have that. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
That's it for this video, guys. I finally got the motivation to get my butt up and create some YouTube content. Let me know if you like the video, and if you want to see more content on the places that we go, gathering the wild foods and processing. We got lots to do, and of course my court date is coming up, so I'll keep you updated.